There's a video I have been wanting to record and it keeps saying storage full, and I've emptied out the storage on my phone so much there shouldn't be any storage being used up, at least half of it, and it's still saying full. But anyways, I'm gonna try and get through this video. I wanted to talk about, hi, my name is Ines, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's a bit chaotic. It's only getting more and more intense. Today, I wanted to do a quick little video on how to fight psychosis. So back in July, I had notes for videos to film about how your mind works, how to be authentic, how to decipher your thoughts, how to handle the crazy, fight psychosis, how to work with your guides, how to handle the awakening and all the curveballs that it has throwing you. This week, there's been a group of girls on my For You page going after a lot of spiritually heightened people that I follow and ones that I don't follow. Now, what they say is true. There's a lot of truth to what they say. However, the way they're going about it is really triggering me. The reason it's triggering me is for two reasons. It's bringing up a lot of past stuff I've healed in regards to how I handle other people perceiving my brain. One thing that is been a struggle for me to heal is being open with who I am, how I think around other people, because I'm always called crazy. I'm always called unstable. It hasn't been until the last couple of months that I've been on TikTok that I've actually felt comfortable sharing my thoughts with people, sharing my inner knowings and my knowledge with people. And I'm only at surface level. The knowledge that I have, even people that I look up to, they don't even have this information. So it's really hard for me to talk about. And one of the reasons why they trigger me is because people calling me crazy and judging me for the way that my mind worked, and then going into mental health and therapy and not really finding answers there, it led me to suicidal ideation. It was one of the reasons. There's a lot of different things that happened to me 10 years ago between the 2011 and 2013 mark. Finally, the summer of 2013, I told my guides, I cannot do this. I do not want to do this. If this is what spirituality is, I don't want it. Another big trigger was New Age spirituality, basically stealing knowledge from ancient civilizations. And this triggered the whole colonization thing within me. Now, I'm European, that is a refugee immigrant to Canada, but I understand God's children as the melanated people on this earth. They are God's true children. So I am very much kind of torn in between two different completely opposing worlds. So there's a constant war in my head. One of the things that I report back to my guides about is about parasitic programming. I'm going to talk about it in another episode. I have talked about it in the past, but essentially what that means is that white people are more prone to parasite programming because they don't have a connection to spirituality that the indigenous, that the African descendants, that Indian who practice Hinduism as part of their culture. We white people don't have that. One of the things that I have had to heal from my past, my own ancestral past, is the fact that we never stood up to the egotistic maniac that started colonization, and eventually they used religion to take over Europe and then attack self-governing, spiritually led communities. And this is something that kept me away from New Age spirituality, because my big question was, you are taking from these ancient cultures, why aren't you paying back? And my big thing was, before I moved to Canada, God, one of the voices in my head told me that I will be reunited with his children, but that I had to be respectful of what they had gone through. This is most definitely in regards to his children being colonized. So I know right off the bat that anybody who supports colonization, white supremacy, capitalism is not according to God's plan, okay? And I can talk more about that. I won't right now, but I can talk more about that. These girls on TikTok, they were going around talking about people who are spiritual being in psychosis. One of the things that really triggered me, other than the suicide stuff, was that this is exactly how the witch hunt and colonization in Europe started. This is exactly what my family didn't stand up to. Now, this is the weird thing about my own ancestral knowledge, and this is something that I'm still deciphering. My ancestors have a tie to Africa. And when I look at my ancestors on both the Slavic, Serbian, and the Muslim Bosnian side, they are very adamant that I remain learning directly from the descendants of the originals, earthlings, rather than people of my own skin color. There's very much, like, I constantly have this vision in my mind of women within my family, or perhaps just Europe in general, being taught by Black queens, being taught witchcraft, being taught metaphysics, being taught spirituality. And there's something about how my family interacted with them, and we didn't stand up for them when they got removed from Europe, that pushed the narrative of colonization. Now, this is all images that are received through visions, through exploring my mind, through talking to my spirit guides. So this is a constant work in progress. So in saying this, I'm going to do another quick episode on how to fight the psychosis and how to decipher these thoughts. So for now, I love you guys. If you have any questions, especially in regards to going around this whole spiritual thing, feel free to ask.